thinking the sound on my computer was fine. It wasn't fine, so I've just made a whole host of my videos private that were public because the sound is crap. So let's get rid of that and get moving to this. So actually, before I move into this, one of the things I've been trying to do is explain sort of over the course of the videos, some of which are now private, was firstly the plug, and the plug is that all of these decks here I have borrowed, for want of a better word, from mtgazone.com, and I would highly recommend that you go visit and take a look at their content on MTG. It's really good. I'm not going to go too much into depth here. Safe to say, the purpose of my gameplay today was just to show how, if you don't have all the cards for a deck, you can amend a deck to make it useful and go on a 4-0 run. And I had gone on a 4-0 run on 3 of the decks before, including this one, which I'm now going to delete as well. This is a complete homebrew. But my aim really was just to show that you know, as long as you think as a deck builder about putting in cards which are coherent with the overall object of the deck, it's possible to sort of make amendments to these decks and make them work. That was the aim and object of my gameplay today. So we're going to see if we could go on another run. We're going to go to from mono red aggro. Now the interesting thing about this deck is I don't agree with it. I think it's too slow. Is my simple provocation. I don't know how he's gone for. Well, in fact, I do know why he's done what he's done in the building of this deck. But I don't know why he's gone for what he's done. Here's the upshot. And the fact that I don't have all the cards, actually, I mean, if I had all the cards, this would have been a really, really expensive deck, because the Tundra Fumarole is a 4 of, and it's, as you can see, it's a rare. The Maglu is a 4 of, well, it's a 3 of, and it's a rare. The Dragonkin Berserker is a 4 of, and it's a rare. And if you look at its boast ability, which costs 5, that doesn't come down until the last moment. You've got the Basalt, which is a wizard, and there aren't any other wizards. It's a giant. There aren't any other giants. So you wonder what exactly it's in there for. And again, it's uncommon. You've got the Toraf, which is a mythic rare. It's a 4-drop. It's a really powerful 4-drop because it deals with the ideal excess damage. But I don't think, I just don't think this feels like a rush deck. And then you've got Goldspan in at 5, which is a 4 of. So this feels like a deck that's supposed to go long rather than a true aggro deck that's showcasing the aggressive cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a live build in mono red to see what we can do. It's not often I disagree with the deck builder over at MTGA Zone, but there you go. So let's do it's a redux. So we're gonna build this way around. Okay, in mono red. So I think Frostbite is a 4-of in the deck. And I think Fearless Path is a 4-of in the deck. And the reason why is this is going to clear the way. So this is to help you get rid of things that might be in your way of going face. And this is going to be your early game. And I think the question is really whether Tormentor's Helm comes in as well. Although I don't know, if you got more than one of these in the early game, you'd be quite upset. So we're going to wait on that. Now in the 2-drop space, I like Fearless Liberator. And I like Frenzied Raider. This boast is very expensive. This boast is very expensive. This would have been good if I was going in dwarves all the way. So I think you're probably looking at the Emerson Raider in order to cycle. And you're probably looking at the Fearless Liberator. And I'm just going to have a quick check to make sure. So you've got the runes. And the runes, all of the runes help you draw a card. But I've got Emerson Raider, which draws a card. So do I really need the Rune of Speed? Probably not. There's Typical Chicory, of course. And there's Vault Robber. And now Vault Robber would have been a good one to go with Magda, but Magda's a 2. So the idea of more 2s doesn't really feel right. So I'm thinking this is probably how we would want this to go. I'm looking also here at the Funeral Longboat, which is a 3/3 crew 1, which goes very nicely with the Fearless Pup. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We'll put one as a placeholder in here. Treasures, not so important. Okay, so the Raven Wings, again, not so important. Weathered Rune Zone, not so important. So I'm thinking everything is around this end. And then turn 3, this is when you're trying to push the person towards lethal. And got some interesting cards. A 3/2 with haste for Dwarf Berserker. Feels good. Tundra for 4, not so much. And you got this to help you draw through your deck. So I think the Breakneck Berserker is a really good card, and as well. Now we've got the Raiders Calf again. The question is, does it really help us with our main scheme? Our main scheme is to smash them in the face. So it gives us 1 more damage, but it costs us a 3 to crew. That doesn't feel very good. It doesn't feel like a really good thing. So I'm not sure about that. I am not sure. I'm not sure we'll ever have a 3 that we're just languishing around. I'm going to put it in as the placeholder, and we're going to move on. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to look at turn 4. And this is really the last turn we're looking at, and that Toraf now looks and feels a bit better. Okay, and then we look. Now, the Reckless Crew would have been good if we had a lot more equipment, but we don't. Okay. So this is where I think the deck ends. Turn 4. That's where I think it ends, and I think it is all basics except for the Fearless Liberator, and except for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another Longbow in. I'm going to put another Raiders Carve in. And then I think the real question is, what wild cards can we bring in to perhaps make this a bit more interesting? So I'm going to go back to turn 1, because I think turn 1 is absolutely vital in a rush deck. And I'm going to add in the Tormentor's Helm, because I think we really need to get off to a start where we're active on turn 1. And I am going to have a look at turn 5 to see if there's something I could put in on turn 5 which is a bit of a wild card. And I suppose that's at which point we can maybe put in 2 dragons. I'm not really happy to put in the 2 dragons, really. But we're going to put in the 2 dragons just in case. Just in case we have a bit of space in there. You see, if we put in 2 dragons, I think we have to play a lot of lands. Whereas if we don't play the dragons, we can have less lands. Is what I think. We're going to leave the 2 in there just for 1 second. Won't we? So that's my last 5. We're going to go back to 4. Is there anything on 4 that we can really add in? Not really, is the answer to the question. So we're going to firm up on our vehicles, because we can. And is there anything that can create us some tokens? So we've got a boast here. We've got this one which we can foretell here, so we're going to throw that in. And we've got this one where it gives us berserkers for our vehicles, so we're going to put that in here just in case. And then we're going to leave it at 24. And now we're going to test it. But I think this is lower down. I think this is closer to the ground. This is how you'd want to play mono red. You wouldn't want to go as high up as the other one. I'm going to put some snowlands in because we have to. So let's just get rid of that. Get some snow in. Let's get some faceless havens in. Okay, and that feels not too bad. So we've got up in the top end, we have only 2 5s. These 2 4s, this 4 can be foretold, so that's really a 2. And we've got this here, which is a bit interesting. There's also that red land that deals damage, unless I am mistaken. Is it a red land that deals damage? It does. Okay. Like it costs blue land to activate. So nope, can't. It doesn't fit in a mono red deck. We have a mono red deck. I'm just going to check back in with the one that was created here. And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm just going to do a quick compare and contrast. So here, this deck starts in at turn 2, and it leans into the Berserker theme. And it's really quite expensive. But the real action happens actually, and I'm assuming that Basalt, now I think about it, was in there because if you had some Berserkers in before, you could deal the damage with the Basak off the back of the Berserker theme. It still was an expensive deck. I might test it. I might come back and test it just because I'm interested to see if it works. But I don't know how important Magda will be later on. I'm not sure if you'll ever would have got to boast the Dragon King Berserker, so it was only in there to play to the theme. I'm not sure if it's as fast. It's definitely not as low to the ground. This is much lower to the ground. We want to play something on every turn. We want to play a 1, 2, 3 and put them under pressure by turn 4. And then once we get into turn 5, we want to put them under a ton of pressure. I think there's too many lands in here, but I'm hoping that I draw a Faceless Haven to make this a bit quicker, but we're going to find out. That's enough talk. Let's get into some games. So with most red decks, the mulligan really matters, and we really just want to get into our we need a turn 1, 2, turn 2. We want to curve out. That's what we want to do. Strange, I should say that just as it's on the screen, but that's true. We just want to curve out. So what in most of the games we've experienced so far, people have played turn 1, turn 2, not played a card. Turn 3, not played a card. So by turn 3, I want them to have a wide board that they're really quite scared of. This deck may go down as a ball of flames, but that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, we'll keep this. So we've got a turn 1 play. We've got a turn 2 play. So we're going to get on with this. If he does play something, we have the Frostbite to remove it, to give us sort of access to the face. Cool, okay. So what we want to do is we're going to play this. We're going to equip it. And get to smashing. The reason why I played this is the turn 2 play. Okay, so he's got something in there. That's fine. We've got something in there of our own. We're going to go and attack. We're hoping he blocks. Cool. And we're going to kill his thing. Yeah, Okay, so we're going to play this. We're going to hook this up to here. He's going to let us through. He's going to show us the road through, which is awesome. Cool. Okay, so we play one of those. We connect one. We connect two, and we go punching them in the face. Cool. Now I'm not sure actually whether I played this deck correctly, in the sense that should I have got the Raiders carve out earlier? So I'm going to go face again. He's holding something in there. Okay, there you go. So we're gonna connect these back up again. Okay, he's got Death Touch, it doesn't matter because he's a flyer, he's going overhead. Okay, he's destroyed everything. We still got... Okay, so we're going to play both our boats, because what we're hoping to be able to do is we're hoping to be able to play something, and then we're hoping to play our tormentors onto it. Oh, well there you go. So we've got one of those, and we're going to crit, and we're off to the races. Okay, done. Okay. So, oh, he's looking for something. He's going to search for land. The board clear doesn't help him, and that's the important thing to remember. So the question for us is whether we can, hopefully we'll have two spare to attach to our Tormentor's helm, and then this is GG, because his board clear is going to be sorcery speed. Oh, and I think he's done the math and doesn't think he can come back from that. So that's 1-0. So that was low to the ground. I think we got to about turn 6, which I feel like is a better spot for a rush deck to be in, as opposed to sort of... So we could have played a dragon, just about, but we had played out our hand, which is exactly the aim of the deck. So in a limited meta of this kind, where there aren't very many board clears around, there aren't very many. There are lots of premium cards that exist in standard, but not in this format on around. There isn't any escape. There is no rogues. I think there's a perception, and this is the perception as opposed to reality, that therefore everything is slower, and that is what encourages people to play slow, as we encountered there. This is not quite a great curve, but we can work with it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play our Emerson. We're going to discard our other Emerson because we've got too many cards at turn 2, so we can get rid of that one. Okay, and then we can move on. So what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to play in our Breakneck Berserker, and then we're hoping to hit him in the face for 5. Now if he's got removal, I would expect him to use it on the Raider, the Berserker rather than the Raider, like that, which is fine. So we're going to play our Fearless Pup and we're going to play our Funeral Longbow. Oh, I tell a lie. So we are going to remove our Giant here, which can't really stay. We're going to play our Pup, we're going to play our Longbow, and we're going to carry on hitting him in the face. Now, as you can see, I've got a Faceless into Dragon to come, which will also enable me to... Oh, it's not quite enough to boast. So that's a Wizard, this is a Giant, so we're going to have to kill it. We don't have to panic about killing it, but we are going to have to kill it. So we play that, we play into our Dragon. And we're going to hit it. We've got a 3-turn clock going on here. We're actually hoping he sends the Giant, because if he sends the Giant, that leaves the space open for the Faceless. Okay, so he's going to remove our Dragon. Okay. Oh, what a draw that is. Yeah, sorry dude. It's not fair. Let's not pretend it's fair. I've only got 2 in the deck. So, we are lined up into a 2-turn clock. Okay, he's going to put one in his hand. Okay. Okay. Okay, gets to draw. Okay, so he gets to do it again, which sucks. Exiled, yep. Those 2 are wizards, so they're less worrying than the others. Okay. So I actually think we're going to send this. Yeah. It's only because it's got... We're going to see how this goes. So we get rid of the wizard. The wizard is the one that's helping him draw cards. Okay. And then we could place it onto here. And then we can hold that thought. These are not giants. Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before he drew into something like that. Okay, he kept them both at the top. Okay, he could reveal it, put in his hand, so it's a land. Okay. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Okay, pass. Nope, no blocks. You could do this. Okay, so there's 4, 5, so we don't quite have enough, but we've got enough to do one. Okay. Yep, we knew you had it. Cool. Do you have another one? No, he doesn't. Cool. Oh, that wasn't very smart, was it? Wasn't very smart, was it? We're going to pay that for the 1 and put that in here for the 2. Dudes. 2, that's fine. Oh, it doubles up, it stacks. Oh my god. That's why the scry 2 to the top, of course. It stacks. Of course it stacks. Well played. GG. So that game just went too long. He wasn't killed by the time we wanted him dead. And therefore, the longer and longer the game went on, the more chance he was going to draw into something he needed. But like sort of proper aggro red decks, I played out my hand. So my deck is played and I am in the hands of hoping I don't get killed. So we don't have a 1-drop again, miraculously, but we've got 2 2-drops, a 3-drop and a 5-drop. We've got a 1-drop in the Frostbite, which I suppose is semi-helpful in clearing the way. So we're going to keep this. Okay. So we're looking to play Fearless Liberator next. Okay, foretold. So we've got Breakneck Berserker on 3, as long as we could get a land. We should have a high chance of getting one. Okay, we've got the land, we can't do the Breakless Berserker, but we can clear the way, which is what we want to do. So actually, we're going to play our Raider. We're going to get rid of our Liberator, because cycling is more important. Now we could do our Breakneck Berserker. If we get a land, however, we could go Raider's Carve. Well, there you go. So what we're going to do is go to Frostbite. Oh, and there's a wrap. Okay. I guess he decided he didn't have enough tools to deal with somebody who wants to aggressively deal with his creatures. Okay, so that's 2. One more, and we've got a sort of a par result. So. Okay, so we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 3. Unfortunately, you got a frostbite, but it means we can manage their board at least. Because it's instant speed. Okay, so we're going to play our Liberator. So we're hoping to go into Breakneck Berserker. Okay, he's looking. I think he's got removal. But it's still our game plan. So we have to keep on going. It's our game plan. So we're going into Pup into Krav. I think he's playing Giants. He's thinking about removing something. I don't know why he wouldn't have removed it last turn. I have no clue why he played it that way around. Yep, don't get it. I'm going to try not to think too hard about it. Okay. So while Frostbite is going to give us reach, we're looking for that Frostbite to be able to remove whatever he puts in our way. So if he's playing a 3-cost creature, we should be able to remove it. Okay. Okay. So we play that. We kill this guy. We play this guy. We correct. Nope, we're going to keep hold of that. Okay. If he plays the face first, that means okay, that's fine. That is fine. We are going to do exactly the same thing. Okay. Okay. He has to keep his dragon back to trade. Or he could do 12 and hope for the best. Or 10 and hope for the best, sorry. Okay, he's thinking proactively, which is good. Yep, somebody's not going to make it. Okay, 7. Oh, okay. He's creating some more. Okay, so I think we have enough to do everything. So, yes, I think we have enough. 2 of any colour. What do you want? We want 2 red. And that is our Breakneck Berserker. Our guy here. Okay, something should make it. He's only got 2 blockers. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, it's going to be close. 9 plays 1. He drew a land. Does he have anything else in his hand? He's only got 2 treasures. So he can't. What do you have, dude? He's thinking. Okay. Maybe I'm dead. Yeah, it's quite possible I'm dead. He's got 5 mana. 5 mana. 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4. Yeah, he could play his guy as well. 5. Yep. It's quite possible. GG. I got him down to 1. So that was not too bad. But that was about as good as we can get. So that was a 2 and 2. Let's see what we got here. Okay, 2 and 2 it was. And we'll end that one right there.